What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel.
Hey guys!
So we just want to sit down and talk to everybody while these uncertain times are going on and just kind of have some dialogue and talk about what we're thinking, what we're going through, being in the household with each other. Let's get into it. Been spending a lot of time with the family, more than normal. And that's a good thing. You get to spend time with your family. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give a slow hand clap to all the single parents out there, or all the parents, the parents that stay at home parents. Let me say that.
Oh,
the stay at home parents.
Go
Both.
ahead.
Single parents and stay at home parents. Y'all got this. Slow clap. Because listen what I'm telling you. It ain't no joke. You hear me? You got to deal with your kids' personalities all day. I mean, we love them, but come on.
They gotta go somewhere.
Listen.
Right. They need to go to grandma and grandpa's.
Man, listen. It's not just the kids either.
Right. Because you know what? With you and your spouse being home for the majority of the day, you realize some of those pet peeves that you tend to not have, or you tend to forget, or you tend to overlook because you get up and go to work every day and you're busy doing whatever you're doing, not spending that time with each other and not having the time to reflect and remember.
Bro.
So
it's been tough.
Some troubling times right now.
Yeah. This show.
And then we have people complaining because they don't get any sleep.
She'll be in the bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning on her phone. You like, yo, turn that off. Go to sleep. Why are you up? But she be up, I'm telling you. But that's just the difference. So normally I'm getting up at that time. I'm getting ready and then I'm heading to PT or doing whatever I have to do. But see, like now, it's no organized PT where I'm at now because of what's going on. So what do you do? Like, oh my God. So it's different. It's definitely different. And I'm sure she like, why he still sitting there? He need to get up.
Because in my mind, like, dude, you're military. You should be used to getting up in the morning. Like, this should
not when I don't have to.
Us thing. We should be up and ready for the world in the morning.
Not when I don't have to.
On everything. Right.
No.
That's the wrong answer. I don't understand why. But I think that's like one of those things, like, I'm a morning person and he's just not a morning person. And I have to remember that in the morning when I'm ready to get up and start like cleaning and like listening to my music loud and just like doing me.
Yeah.
And then I'm not used to the help because it's a tad bit too much. Like, I just like to do it my own way, how I like to do it, and just get it done how I get it done. So
that takes us to the first point is to be patient during this time. Because if you're not patient, you will explode. You'll have arguments over the smallest things and you won't even know how you got there. Like it'll be something as simple as, why'd you leave the light on in that room? And then it'll turn into a full-fledged screaming at each other argument. For what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I think the next thing is being able to have your time. So like, just because you're around each other all the time and your kids and your spouse or your partner, take your time in the morning or afternoon or whenever you take your time and block it off and let that be that. So like, if I get up in the morning and I like to go like in a room and lift weights or do whatever, then that's what I need to do. If you like to meditate, then do that. But pick a time and execute those things. Because if you don't, bro, I'm telling you, listen what I'm telling you. It's going to be bad because you just get too high of a dose of each other too quickly. Because you think about it, you wake up in the morning, you're around each other. Even if you're doing work from the house, you're hearing what's going on. People might be a little too loud. The kids going back and forth. If you have any dogs or whatever, like they're going back and forth. And it's like, bro, I'm not used to this. This is too much. So, I mean, just being able to have your time, and then that'll reduce the amount of time you spend around each other and together.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that because I think it's important to spend time together, but it needs to be good quality time. Like if you're spending time together and you're constantly arguing or nagging about something, it's not good quality or productive time.
Yeah.
So it's not healthy for your relationship at all. So if you're gonna be spending time together, it needs to be nice, good quality time. It doesn't need to that you guys can grow on and that you won't have any like negative feelings or thoughts towards.
Yeah.
It'll keep you excited to like spend time with your spouse or
And listen, we don't know how long this is gonna last.
Right.
So keep everything light as possible because it's a lot of stress out there right now,
Definitely.
and you don't want to be too serious and having arguments and going through all that right now because we don't know what's next, and we all just want to be positive and optimistic and have a real light spirit. Don't get in arguments about silly stuff that you could have just stepped away, had your time, and then came back to the situation. Because believe me, you're going to have plenty of time to go back and have a conversation about it because there's nowhere to go. You feel me? So,
Definitely.
and this is causing people to learn their relationships and figure out who they're messing around with or whatever. Like, that's just like if you're messing with somebody and maybe you don't live in the same household. If you haven't heard from them and you're not communicating like you normally do, are you on their mind? Are they on your mind? That's stuff to consider. You know what I mean? Are they checking on you? Whatever. And so, that's not the truth in some cases because, things might be going on in their lives or yours. But I'm telling you, if somebody cares about you and you care about them, you're checking on them.
Definitely.
So pay attention to that, right? Who cooks?
Who cooks? Yeah, I think that's a big one.
Who
cooks? Because now it's an even playing field.
Yep.
You're home now. It's not like you've been at work all day, so now you're tired and you don't feel like you should have to come home and cook. The tables may have turned now, so that's definitely something that you need to have a conversation about. That's the other thing. Know that you and your mate share a bubble. So y'all already got the same germs, so it's okay. You don't have to practice social distancing with your spouse, okay? Unless y'all live separately, then you might want to quarantine them for a little bit, and then you can,
right. And listen, let's be honest. Let's be smart about this whole thing, right? It's a lot of people that have risky behavior when it comes to personal interaction, intimacy. If y'all are going crazy about this right now, so when you get back in the real world, you should be the same thing with your personal space, with being intimate with other people. You don't know what they did. You don't know what disease they got or whatever. Pay attention to that and use that. And we can all stop the spread of disease for how it is now. You know what I mean? We can reduce the amount of people that have all these STDs and all this if we paid attention and treated it like now. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely right. AIDS been around. HIV,
come on.
all that's been around for years.
Bro.
And people still ain't strapping up.
That's what I'm saying. So pay attention.
Yeah, just do better.
Yep, safe sex. Pay attention to what you're doing.
Got to do better.
For sure. And you brought up budget. That's a big deal with right now because if you think about it, if you had implemented a budget, you will be in a fairly decent place. And a lot of us are now trying to figure out what's going on. What do I have money for? What I don't have money for? So I'm glad you incorporated our family. But it's one of those things that you have to go back and now do. And don't be too prideful to be like, oh, well, I don't want to do this. Bruh, sis, do it. So we had a conversation about looking at the stock market and being able to analyze what stocks are down right now and then what the trend will be later. Because ultimately, all this stuff is going to get better and we're going to see certain industries go from dead at the bottom and to be able to recover. So paying attention to those things and saying, hey, how can I make money in the market? My cousin DJ, I'll put his link in here in the description if I can. And then he does these amazing money market seminars and being able to talk about those things. So, think about your finances. Think about how you can invest. Another big thing I say during this time is work on your fitness. Yeah. Man, listen, develop an eating plan so you can know because we're all working with less right now. So if you figure out how you can eat now and be able to conserve, you can do that when you go to work. So you can meal prep and do all these other things. You can get your workout regimen in and be able to keep up with it because you built it for a couple of weeks or whatever, right?
And definitely, you can try some nice new, like, healthy recipes now that you're at home with your kids. Let them try the recipes, see if everybody likes it. Like, that's a good way to get everybody doing something together. You and your spouse can cook together. You, your spouse, and your kids. Like, again, on Sundays, like, we all make brunch together. So, like, the kids help cook, we cook. And we all just kind of do it as a family. We talk about something with finances. We use our board in the back, and we just kind of get it going. And it's good family time. So that's some good stuff.
We're gonna play Pictionary on that thing too.
Right, maybe later. I would say another good thing I just thought about this is to do a DIY project. Like something that you've had around your house that you like, oh man, I'm gonna get around to doing that, or I'm gonna have to do that. Like
that's our bonus step.
We finally hung up our board.
And but consider all these things, y'all. Be light, love each other. This week we're gonna be playing games and doing different things, so tune in.
Definitely, we'll record some of them so you guys can see.
We might be playing high stakes poker with toilet paper chips. You know what I'm saying? You just never know what we're gonna be doing, so just stay tuned in. We love y'all. Thank you for listening. Be light, be loving, and deuces.
Deuces.